What's going on, Limitless Legion? So today we're going to be reacting from a video from a YouTube creator named Pat Did It. And the video we're going to be reacting to is titled, Being a Man is Frustrating, Let Me Explain. So we're going to vet through this effectively, and we're going to find out if there's any validity to this or if he's just being soft. But we have to always link it back to what this channel is about, which is the mindset, the money, and the mission. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Hear what he has to say.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video of Pat. Man, Pat did it. As I always say in all of my videos, if God woke you up today and you're able to watch this video right now and take in the things that I'm saying in this video, comment GG's down below in the comment section. That stands for God's glory. One thing I really wanted to talk about in this video, as you guys can see that title down below, is honestly something that's been on my heart, especially today, and what I've been dealing with lately is just realizing just how much I feel like as men we don't get the respect. Sometimes we don't get the respect, the honor, the glory that I feel like we deserve. Now, I don't know if it's just me or a lot of you guys feel like this, but I feel like this world like values women almost more so than men. Like even something as small as like Mother's Day. I feel like every store just got everything for moms, loaded with flowers, loaded with gifts. You got commercials for mothers, but then it's Father's Day. It's almost like, oh, well, just let me just, give you, I don't know, not even a bare minimum, but it just seemed like men aren't as valued. It's almost like you, as a man, you're expected to get.
All right, let's cut it off right here, real quick. Because he said something that caught my ear. He said something that's been on my heart, something that he's basically been ruminating on this about how men aren't being as appreciated as women. And then he correlated and brought it to how fathers and Father's Day, the holiday, isn't as appreciated as Mother's Day. And basically, he was out in the store and he was seeing things on the shelf and he saw so many options for mothers, but there wasn't much for fathers. All right. So I say all this to say this is what he's focused on. This is what he's thinking about, apparently, quite a bit. And I don't know if he's a father, but whether he's a father or not, you're thinking about something. It's one thing if you want to just come on YouTube and address it, and bring it to the forefront as a issue in society. But it's another thing if you're actually sitting here ruminating on it and leaking energy, is what I'm ultimately saying. So this is what he's focused on. Understand this, guys. As a man who is singularly focused and on his mission and focused just on that is one of the most dangerous and explosive forces in this universe. And he seems to be a little bit more scattered, worried about things that, because he looks young, I don't know if he's even a father. So if he's not, then this doesn't even really pertain to him. And we can still champion and bring societal problems that don't affect us to awareness. But at the same time, we can't let it affect us to this extent, right? We got to stay focused. We got to stay grounded. And we have to conserve our energy effectively. So let's see if he has anything else that he wants to add to this. But right now, that's what I came up with.
Treated like shit. You expected to get treated like dirt, and then to roll with the punches, and then just keep going. You give your family $1,000,000, and then it's like, oh, okay, you were supposed to do that. You feel down and out. You feel down. You feel bad, and then it's like, oh well, you're a man. Keep pushing, keep going. Who cares about your feelings, right? That's why there's a lot of men out here that's scared to be vulnerable, because you will be looked at like you're weak. And I feel like it's a lot of men out here who get treated like shit behind their back and to their face, that make a lot of sacrifices for their family, right? That don't get that applause. Not saying that a lot of men don't necessarily need the yay, good job, thank you, dad, you did what you were supposed to do anyways, right? It's not about the glory. But I feel like, me being a man myself, I feel like it feels good to know that someone values me. It feels good to know that someone has a respect for me. It feels good to know that someone actually wants to hear what I have to say and cares what I have to say. As men, we value people.
So two things I want to address here that he mentioned. The first thing was he mentioned about how a lot of men are scared to be vulnerable. And when he's talking about vulnerability, obviously he's referring to expressing your feelings and emotions to another party involved. But I would argue that a lot of us aren't even vulnerable with ourselves. A lot of us try to avoid certain things and we try to push it to the back of our minds that we really know that we need to address. So I think we have to be vulnerable with ourselves first. And we have to not lie to ourselves. We have to be honest with ourselves, right? And he's got to be honest with himself of why this matters so much, why he feels the need to be appreciated by other people, as opposed to why he can't just feel like enough within himself, right? So I think there's a area and a component of this where he's not even being honest with himself. And then the second thing I wanted to address is how he was starting to go into the need for validation, because basically what he's ultimately saying is he wants other people to glorify him, celebrate him, big him up, basically make him. Because if you need their opinions that bad, if you need their acceptance, their validation, their praise that bad, and that's what's going to make you, then ultimately you have given them the power to ultimately break you. You must make yourself. You must be good within you first. And anything external, if you want to look at it as a cherry on top, go ahead, but it can't make you. So those are two things I wanted to address. Let's hear some more of what he's saying. I like the way he's articulating, and I like that he's reflecting, right? I look at this like a video journal.
That value us. We value people that value what we have to say, and then we definitely value people that hold us to a higher standard, that sees us like up here. Like for instance, if you know it's somebody out there that looks at you in a way that like they you know that they look at you like you a god. Not even that you a god, but that like you just like King Tut, like you just the world, like nothing's bigger than you. Then that makes you feel good as a man. It's like, yeah, that person values me.
Yeah, it makes you feel good. But is it true? We all have heard the common trope like men want a woman and they want to feel like Superman. They want their woman, their family to make them feel like Superman. Regardless if they're 400 pounds, regardless if they sit on the couch all day, regardless if they wake up at 3 p.m. every day, they just want to feel like Superman. He mentioned he wants a woman to make him feel like King Tut. But are you King Tut? I would say, me in particular, I don't want to feel like King Tut. I want to be King Tut. If that's what you glorify, if that's what you admire and what you look up to, then how about just be that? So now we have to ask again, we got to be true with ourselves. Are we living up to that? Are we living up to all we can be? Are we self actualizing? Again, when you're not doing that, you have the need to seek that from other people. Why? Because really, this is what he really needs to look within himself and be vulnerable with is that it sounds like he's insecure. It's the people who don't feel like they truly are who then need other people to tell them that they are. And this must be maintained perpetually. They need people to continue to tell them, continue to tell them, continue to validate them because they don't feel like it truly. But when you truly feel like it, you don't need any of this because you know it, because it's a fact. So if you were King Tut, if you did, how this is what he's picturing. So if you did have your freaking mansion with your little Versace robe, feeling like King Tut, and you had that money in the bank, and your body was on point, and because that's obviously what you're fantasizing about. Why not just be that, or at least be in the pursuit of that? So this is going long enough. I pretty much get the gist of where he's going with this. And he's making sense. I mean, he's right about a lot of the things that he's saying. It's accurate. But at the same time, I want you to stay focused on what's going to actually be relevant to you right? And what's going to actually make an impact in your life. Because it's easy to just complain about something, but you're complaining and you're wasting a lot of energy, you're wasting a lot of time. And what are you actually building? What are you actually doing? You're giving your, it's like when your girl complains about work, but she doesn't do anything after that. She just feels better after that. And then she's going to be complaining to you the next day. And this is going to happen every day, but nothing is getting fixed. Nothing is changing. Nothing is getting reflected on. It just never ends, right? Because the problem, you didn't fix the problem. So we'll leave it there. But guys, send me stuff you want me to react to. Also, I need y'all to like the video. Come on. Also, subscribe if you want to join the Limitless Legion. And if you want to go a step further, support the channel, tip your boy, treat me to an iced coffee with lavender syrup. Cash App's linked in the description. But until then, I'll catch you guys in the next video.